Content warning. This is a horror game and not intended for all audience. Please visit our website if you need a specific list of content warnings. This also contains flickering image effects as well as a parallax effect that on rare occasions causes motion sickness in players. If either of these effects cause health issues, you can disable them in game's preferences. Something has taken her away. It's left something else in her stead.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Greetings and salutations everyone, I'm Ekamac. This is Let's Play Slay the Princess. In the last episode, we finally got to see what the prisoner route is like. That's nice. And I kind of want to... maybe I should have gone... So I had another look at the gallery. You can't know someone you haven't met. Makes me think that it's possible to just simply walk away twice to get a new variation of the princess, which is interesting.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
But yeah, we've gotten the prisoner ending. There's a lot of other endings to try and get, and I don't know whether we'll be able to put them in nicely sized episode chunks, but I'm willing to try. The narrator is gone.
He is. Does that mean the world ended?
It must have. Do any of us know what the world ending is supposed to look like?
Don't know where she went. Don't even know how it'd go about looking for her.
If there's even a her to find anymore.
You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing.
I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
Something dreadful about it. I don't think you should.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
We have no other options.
Don't do this.
The mirror never scared you.
It's different now. It feels... I don't know. Final.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. I think it's always going to be the same depending on the order we're tackling them in. You are alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. That's not a cabin!
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
This is most definitely an example of bad touch because she's covering up her eyes, holding her arms, holding at her waist, and it looks almost like she's squeezing her mouth to make her speak like a puppet. Is this the end of the... Let her out of there!
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
I honestly can't remember what options I picked the first time I got to this part. Honestly, the first time we got to this part was with the tower because I actually made the mistake of walking away after triggering the princess for this one, so... Were you always part of the princess or just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
The gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is determined, but also cautious. One that would rather let the world move around her than move it herself. she will make for a patient heart.
Which is interesting, because that could be considered what we did on our past. Because what we did was we took the knife down into the cellar, but we didn't use it on her. We let her kill us. Determined, cautious, would rather let the world move around than move yourself.
Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
There seems to be a slight cutoff problem with this hand here, but it's not like we weren't aware. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Aren't you scared I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
Well, we already knew that. I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape.
This is why she turns into the final boss at some point. Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. Darn it. A patient heart. Bring the prisoner to her. I think every route has at least one chapter 3 to it.
And at the end of that path,
And I'm pretty sure I know which one is going to be the chapter 3 for the prisoner.
is a princess. You're here.
Turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Yeah. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cavern. I am not going to the cavern.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
So who was the hero then? We know that the princess is an aspect of death, and the narrator is someone trying to kill her off.
Back on track again. Maybe
Irony is not lost. But how's the hero tie into it? Turn around again and leave
really
again.
Keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Everyone dies eventually. You can't change that. I don't care, I'm not killing a princess. Good, maybe everyone should die is what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them. You're not emotionally blackmailing me into this, quietly continue down the path.
When I said everyone, I meant everyone. That's a pretty large group to just condemn to death over a single princess. And, last I checked, you're part of everyone too. So if you think about it, walking up
They
to that
actually
is really
go
in your
a
best
lot
interests
further
as well.
into this.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down
Oh wait,
the
no,
path.
we actually did give up our chance on that one.
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Oh yeah? Well, I guess I just start walking in a different direction again. In fact, I'm just going to keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves.
Oh dear, the music's getting a little upset at us.
But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realise that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Man, I wish I had taken this one on my first attempt. That's the problem with games like this. You only ever get one first look at them.
Wait, what's going on? You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Ooh, interesting. Chapter 2, The Stranger.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I get the feeling we're being a bit railroaded this time. Those walls weren't here last time. You just can't force me to go to the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
Oh, so that's where Voice of the Contrarian came from.
He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Oh dear. We can stay in the woods forever. The thing is, that always results in a locked off route, so let's just go with what we have for now, silently proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
So am I.
Let's keep an open mind.
Proceed into the cabin.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
Ooh, they're having fun with the parallax here.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that, but when everything here is so wrong.
So, I think everything almost lines up if I position the mouse like this.
Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as
Actually, no, it doesn't, because the door has a shadow.
Job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard.
Contrarian takes nobody's side.
Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
Ooh, we should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun? You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much.
There isn't much to see here. I need to remember, if I accidentally right-click, hold the mouse button down.
This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Okay, I feel like I'm on Hero's side for this one. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Okay, fine, you took the knife. But you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. We'll look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom. It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
I legit have no idea how you're supposed to hold it like that, but whatever. I literally can't visualize how you hold it the other way.
Great. You keep your grip the way it is. Your task awaits.
Well, wait, we can throw the blade out the window into the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour.
He says that every time.
Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby.
I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
Apparently giving Hero this much time has let him come to the truth that yes, the first time we meet a princess, we die.
But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure.
And what's that?
That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Take the harsh stairs to the left, center staircase, soft stairs to the right. I'm betting that controls which princess we'd end up with, so let's take the center staircase.
You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere. You concentrate on where you are, careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else. And so you take one careful, focused step after another. One foot down, another foot down, another after that. You lose yourself in following the correct pattern, in following what looks to be the true path, the one that cuts straight down, or up, or maybe sideways.
Oh, it just struck me that the visuals, it is actually difficult to tell whether we're stepping down or stepping up. The perspective is very confusing. The way these ones go out make me think we're walking down, but I don't know, maybe it's a very strong perspective.
But no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether.
We've lost an eye!
Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Can I help you?
Oh. Hi.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was here.
And yet here you are. How strange. Do you remember anything at all? Do you know why you're here? Do you know me?
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face. She's so blank. I have no idea who she is.
You can't know someone you haven't met.
Isn't that fun? A new puzzle for us to take apart. If she's keeping her cards close to her chest, it's because she wants to deceive you.
I'm tired of waiting for an answer.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it?
Is this referring to the fact that this isn't our first route after the shifting mound removed our memories? Honestly, that name just feels off to me. I'm just gonna go back to calling her Omni Princess. That'd be weird, wouldn't it?
Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Getting down here was weird, like it was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me?
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here?
Wait. Oh, you have to do all three at the same time. There's more of you
There
now.
must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago. I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger. Do you need help? Not that there's much I can do, all chained up like this, but I'm the only one down here. So if you need anything, I'll do my best.
This is gonna get very confusing in a while, and I'm enjoying
She
it.
fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start? You would always start by stabbing her. Which her? Any of them. I don't know about you, but I'm sure glad we took that knife with us. I can't believe someone suggested you toss it out the window. Can you imagine?
You suggested it.
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers? Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
You're apparently a threat to the world. I was sent here to slay
I
you.
don't have any weapons, and I'm chained to a wall. Do I look like someone that could end the world? Do I...
Everything you've heard about me is true, and I'm going to lay waste to everything, starting with you.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
I'm getting you out of here. Try and free her. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. I can't trust anything here. Leave her. Slay the princess. Let's do it all at once.
That's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. All at once you charge forward, knife aiming to slay the princess just as you strike at her bindings and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone.
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable.
I think this is the first time we've actually slayed the princess. The closest we've ever gotten outside of that was Witch Ending, but that was more a mutually assured destruction that just kept going.
Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this.
Oh,
How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
I'll do my best. Oh wait, never mind. You'll never know if she hears your reply. She's gone. Memory... The illusion of choice. When everything is possible, nothing is. Memory
She's
returns.
gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Oh, there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before. You always get scared.
It feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing.
I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. You're not messing with us, right?
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Next time we'll talk to the mirror and then we'll start treading through old routes but with new abilities. I know I have a decent idea of which one I should go for next. Actually no, not old routes with new choices. We're going to pick the we're basically going to do everything to unlock the nightmare route, but instead of run away, we're going to try and finish the job because I think I know what that gives us. Anyway, until next time, guys. Take care. We'll see you all around.